Hello, I'm going to show the progress I made tonight. It's mostly menu stuff, but I was interested in doing it, so I did it. So right here I have a mock-up scene, and it's just it just shows a police car. Has a police car, has some lighting, has a ground, and a camera. So what's cool about this is that we could have a 3D scene playing out in the background, just a small one, um, and that could be the background for the menu. So that's the idea behind this. So anyway, let's go into just playing this right away. All right, so when we play it, we get um, these menu buttons, which we can customize later. These are just stockholder, but there are a few options. You have new game, load game, options, credits, and quit. Quit obviously quits, and you can start it again, and you get the same options. So let's just do the credits. This, I think it's set to 10 seconds, but we can add relatively easily some names to this, and when they get to the top, it goes back, but there's also this back button. So I will just click the back button. All right, we have an options menu. There's nothing in there yet. I think that's low priority for right now is getting the options menu down. We could do that later on. Then we have a load. So there's no saved games found. So this is something I made. So if it doesn't find any game saves, then it just says there are none. Let's go back. And so right now, if I click new, it creates a saved game. But what I'm gonna do is have it actually load into the new game, and then we'll actually be in the game. But right now, the new button just saves a game as like a mock-up. So now I can go to load, and you can see my save is here, and it also tells the total time played, which was 54 seconds. Um, it's minute or hours, minutes, seconds, and then the date it was saved. So 6/2/2017, which is correct. So I could go back. I could save a bunch of these, load them, then I have all these saved. They're all at roughly the same time, but now you see there's a scroll. So you can scroll with the mouse wheel, you can click and scroll, and you can choose one, and it asks you if you want to load that, if you want to confirm it, yes or no. If we click no, we'll go back, and if we click, let's count this. So this is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so let's just go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's click on that, and so, yeah, so I clicked on the fifth one, or the sixth one, which is index 5. So if I click yes, you'll see on the little left, it tells me 5 as it's loading. Yeah, so you'll see that when I click yes. Yep, so that means that we grabbed the correct data from the save file, and then you see it loaded into this map, which right now it's loading into a normal map, which is not what we're going to do. So I could show that implementation real quick. It's under UI loading screen, right? I believe so. No, it's not. It's under the map. So if I go to maps, and then I go to the loading screen, then to this blueprint. So right now, I have an artificial delay, so we could have seen the icon swirling around. I didn't point it out, but it was there. So right now it's loading a level just like this. This is not the way that we're going to do it. Since we have an open world, this loading is going to happen, and we're going to be loading the open world and all the data from the save file right here into the map. So it's really easy to do. We use level stream, and we set this as a persistent world. So let's show some of the other cool features of this. So this is just like the latest thing I did. It's not commented or anything. So let's go to some of this. So we have a HUD. The HUD just controls the widgets on the screen for the main menu. So that's why it's called the HUD main menu. So very easy. I comment everything, so it's nice and easy for people to just come in and look at it and see what it does. Which brings me to my next point. I also have been writing documentation on this. So we'll see if I go to the documentation. I've been writing up documentation. I need to finish this one, but we could look at one that I did finish. Or almost finished. This is one that's finished-ish. I need to update it. But this is documentation that we can read and refer back to and see how things work. I have a template for this so that whenever someone makes a change or adds something, they can write it in the documentation for everyone to see. And that'll just help us keep track of things. But anyway, so that's what the HUD does. You see, we can get a current widget, we can change widgets, we can show the dialog box, which is one cool thing with the when you give it a change widget, you can specify whether it has a back button or not. So instead of making a back button in all of those windows, I just have this little boolean that I can set. Sorry if you hear it clicking, it's my headset, but I have this boolean that we set, and then it'll automatically add that back button with the same functionality to any window or any menu we want for the main menu. Yeah, so that's something to note, is that this is all just main menu stuff. Unfortunately, most of it I don't think will work on a pause menu, so some of it might, but I guess I'll tackle that when we get to it. It shouldn't be a big deal. I made the code really easy to read, precise, or concise, I mean. What else is notable? I'm just looking through this real quick. Not much else is really notable. Oh, I have load and save functions that are easy to access anywhere in the game. They're in the game instance, and they make it so we could just call like one function and it'll automatically save a new file for us. That's how I was, when I clicked next, like 16 times, I guess, or 17 times, it saved them sequentially. So we don't have to worry about overwriting data if we use quick save. But if we use the normal save, we can specify which number we want to overwrite. So if I wanted to overwrite the save data in 3, then I would just plug 3 in for the save and it'll overwrite 3. Also, we have metadata and save data. So the metadata is like quick stuff that we can load. So the reason I have these separated is because you don't want to load the whole game in the load screen, or sorry, in the like select saved games screen. You know, when you click load off the main menu, you don't want to load the entire game and then unload it and then reload it. So I made, sorry about that that notification, but anyway, we made the save metadata to save like quick data that we can access very quickly. So it's like, let's look at exactly what it is. It's just the slot number, the officer name, the time, the total time played, and the last date the game was saved. These are important. We could show it to the player. They could use that information to determine which save file they want to load. And we will never really have to add anything to this. So it's really quick. It's really small. And we don't have to worry about it like clogging up when we load all those games, the metadata anyway, into that list, that scrollable list. And then the normal save data, this is like data we're going to load during the main load phase into the open world. So yeah, I could go in a lot more detail about this. I am going to write up the documentation tonight and tomorrow morning. But sorry for keeping you guys so long. Anyways, thank you, and I hope you guys are happy with this. I'll be working on it some more, developing it better. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later.